Becoming a veteran is not an easy task. People are wondering what it's like to actually go through the military and to get out. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Getting out is probably one of the hardest things you're going to end up doing. The actual idea of getting out is on every soldier's mind. Getting out is, the cream of the crop compared to actually being in. But if you really think about it, and I can tell you from experience, getting out is a pretty hard task to do. Um, Once you get out, the pay stops. Um, you're wondering what kind of job you're going to have, what you're going to do. You're so used to having this order, and all of a sudden you don't have that anymore. And it can be a very interesting thing to deal with. I did almost 10 years in the military. I was deployed twice. I've been to Korea. I've been to 3 or 4 different duty stations and a whole bunch of training uh, here in the US and abroad. So I can speak for myself when I say that getting out is quite difficult. Just because you're a mechanic, or just because you're a cook, or just because you're, one of these MOSs that, maybe can transfer to the civilian world doesn't really mean much if you don't know the right way to go about and do it. So I can remember when I first got out, I was nervous and I was frightened at the fact of actually getting out. Um, I really wanted to get out. I wanted to try something different. I started the military when I was 18, right out of high school. And like I said, I was in there for 10 years. So I wanted to try something new than just being a soldier. So I did decide to get out. I went through the program uh, that all military members go through, set up a training on how to get out. It's usually a couple weeks long, um, teaching how to write resumes, teaching you how to transition into the civilian world. But amount of people that are always around you aren't going to be around you anymore. And you're going to be pretty much thrusted out on your own, trying to figure things out. And it's a pretty difficult thing to do. You end up going from a structured to a unstructured life pretty quickly, pretty much overnight. And getting that DD 214 is all fun and everything. Everybody wants to do that. I wanted to do that as well, but I was pretty much faced with immediate issues as soon as I got out. I didn't have a job set up. I didn't have college set up. I didn't have anything set up. I pretty much just went back home and I had to start all over. And luckily, I kind of made it out. Some people don't make it out of that. They end up homeless. They end up with poverty. They end up with drug issues and everything else. Luckily, I didn't. But those are the type of problems that people face when they get out. So the best advice I can give you is when you do get out, or when you're about to get out, set something up. Don't do what I did and just go back home. I'm not saying don't get out. I'm saying if you do get out, better have a fucking plan, because it's not going to be good if you don't have a plan. Things could go south really quickly if you don't have the right support and you don't have the right tools. You could end up in a bad situation real quick, and you're going to not like yourself for that. I actually know quite a few veterans that started their own businesses. There's quite a startup out here in Arizona where I live. So that's one route to go. Like I said, you can do schooling. You can just get out and start a job like I did. And overall, if you just stick to it and you don't let it get to you, it is quite a bit of a change. But if you don't let it get to you, you'll be fine. Welcome to the civilian world. Welcome to the veteran life. It's quite the thing. And the VA system is pretty damn slow, so you want to get a head start on that as well. The military does do a great job, the best that they can do, trying to set you up for success when you do get out. Just pay attention to what they say and be smart about it. The main thing is you're not going to have that structure anymore. You're not going to have that camaraderie anymore, and you're going to go back to doing what you did before you joined the military. In the military for 10 years. I joined when I was 18. I can remember the first thought I had about joining the military, and it actually was 9/11. Watching those towers hit and watching everybody in awe, basically, I was just the type of person that I felt like I needed to do something about it. So I knew right then and there that when I was old enough, I was going to go be in the military. So that's why I did it. Like I said, I stayed in 10 years. I contemplated staying in another 10 years and just retiring. But because I joined so early, I decided to get out. And sometimes I'm glad I did. Sometimes I wish I didn't. So at the end of the day, whether you get out or you stay in, both of those are right decisions in my book. Both of them are decisions that could impact the rest of your life. And even though it is complicated at the time, you just got to kind of roll with it. Go with your gut feeling. Getting out is a wonderful thing, and I'm sure staying in is also a wonderful thing. I want to thank each and every one of you for sharing the stream, commenting, liking. You guys are awesome. We are growing quite fast, faster than I expected. But if you want to be a part of this podcast, hit me up, iraqstanpodcast@gmail.com. And you can check out my Facebook page, Iraq Stand Podcast. And we'll see you next time.